I've never come across anybody who didn't like Shawn Porter. For that matter, what's not to like? Porter's always smiling, except when he's fighting. In the ring, his intensity can burn a hole right through his opponent. At the age of 29 and with a record of 26-2-1, Porter finds himself a former champion who's very much still in his prime. And big opportunities will keep coming for two reasons. First, Porter fights in the hottest and deepest division in boxing, welterweight. And second, Porter always brings it. World champions come in all shapes and sizes. At the start of his pro career, Porter had to reinvent himself. As a high school football star, he weighed 180 pounds. In his pro boxing debut, he scaled 165. But standing only 5'6", he sensed that if he wanted to be successful at the highest level, he had to gradually drop down to 147 pounds. Showbox was the perfect vehicle for him to do so, and Porter made his first appearance on premium cable in 2009.
22-year-old Shawn Porter, he's an aggressive volume puncher who's been busy as a pro. This will be his 12th fight in his 14-month career.
4 of his next 6 fights were on Showbox, and in his third appearance, he weighed in at the welterweight limit for the first time. One other thing fighting on Showbox allowed Porter to do was tinker with his boxing style.
That's a good catches Robinson with a jab, and Robinson is down.
Initially, Porter spent a lot of time moving in and out and boxing on his toes. He was far quicker than most of his opponents, but this style didn't always allow for him to take full advantage of his natural aggressiveness. Despite the experimentation, Porter managed to score a couple of breathtaking one-punch KOs.
And now he's got him dropped. Right hand. Raul Pinzon is rubbed off the map inside round 1.
Down goes Patterson with a left hook. Shawn Porter gets the job done against Jamar Patterson. And the Porter Express keeps on rolling.
In his first fight following his Showbox graduation, Porter took a major step up in opposition and challenged former lightweight world champion Julio Diaz. A very nice mix right now of Porter of speed, movement, and combination punching. He's a very athletic fighter with a lot of speed, but he's also very small. So does he want to be a pressure fighter, or does he want to move and box? At times during the fight, he still seemed unsure of his ring identity.
Diaz starting to find a home for that right hand. Another good chopping right hand, and that got Porter's attention. And the tenor of this fight changing ever so slowly here. Good left hand by Diaz. Very good shot. And a right hand by Diaz.
It's going to be fascinating to hear what the judges say about this.
And a big last round, ready for both men. Diaz ending it well. Porter starting it well.
His tentativeness cost him, and he was held to a draw.
The decision is even a draw.
But in the rematch 10 months later, Porter relied on what he does best: apply pressure, smother his opponent, and then outwork him. He fought with self-assurance in beating Diaz by unanimous decision. In December 2013, Porter challenged IBF welterweight titleist Devin Alexander at Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
The bell in round 1 scheduled for 12.
Style-wise, it was an ideal matchup for Porter.
The champion Alexander again gets tagged with a left hook.
And as early as the third round, it was clear that the southpaw couldn't hope to outslick the now characteristically aggressive challenger.
Coming forward is Porter, lands another nifty jab, 1-2 combination, and now a firefight breaking out.
It was a bloody fight, and at times an ugly one. Not all that unusual for Porter.
Porter continuing to smother Alexander.
The scores were fairly close, but also unanimous for the new champion.
And the new
in his first world championship bout at the age of 26, undefeated Showtime Shawn Porter becomes the new IBF welterweight champion.
Porter's first defense came in April 2014 and stands as his most dominant major win. He faced former world titleist Paulie Malignaggi. In retrospect, it might seem like the familiar storyline of a young and rising star versus a faded veteran. But in fact, Malignaggi was coming off a spirited split decision loss to Adrien Broner and a clear-cut win over Zab Judah.
Frenetic start to this championship affair. Paulie Malignaggi, he's already cut underneath the left eye. It's another clubbing right hand.
It was more of a mugging than a fight.
Porter again crowding him, and making it rough and tumble, landing the right hand. Oh, and Malignaggi gets tagged with a couple of left hands, holding on. Man, what a beard does Malignaggi sport. He gets clobbered with another right hand.
Porter broke through late in the third, then savagely finished Malignaggi in the fourth.
I don't know how Malignaggi's still standing. Another right cross by Porter. Malignaggi in trouble along the ropes. The ropes are holding him up and he goes down.
After the second knockdown, the referee waved the fight over without issuing a count.
And he is not getting up. Shawn Porter has a successful first title defense as welterweight champion. What an onslaught.
What the Malignaggi fight showed me was that Porter had become somewhat of an unusual type of fighter. A welterweight who applied suffocating pressure, but who did so with exceptional hand speed and athleticism. In August 2014, Brook came to the United States to challenge Porter.
Age 28, he's come across the pond to try and win this world title.
If Alexander and Malignaggi had been good style matchups for Porter, England's unbeaten Kell Brook was all wrong. He's a tall, rangy, big welterweight, and his game plan was sound. Draw Porter in and counterpunch.
Kell Brook likes to fight at a controlled, precise pace. There's a nice counterpunch. That's important for him.
And if ineffective, with his counters, unashamedly clinch and grab. Anything to prevent Porter from fighting at his desired range.
Nice stiff right hand there by Brook.
A different referee might have penalized him. Regardless, Brook landed the cleaner punches throughout.
You know, it's the activity of Porter against the nice power shots of Brook.
Highlighted by a big 11th round.
It's the small detail work that Brook's doing.
And the new welterweight champion of the world.
The judges scored by majority decision for Brook, whom I thought was the winner. A few chosen fighters are given opportunity after opportunity. Porter had to earn his second chance. 2 fights later, Porter faced another former world champion, Adrien Broner, who was coming up from 140 pounds. They met at a catchweight of 144, and the question on everybody's mind was, what would those 3 less pounds do to Porter? What was apparent almost from the start was that while Broner was looking for the perfect counter, Porter was willing to punch consistently, sometimes hitting and sometimes missing, but comfortably winning most of the rounds. Broner held far too much.
And this is exactly where Shawn Porter's got to be right there. You see, he's getting his hands free. He's digging the body of Adrien and finishing back up top. Adrien's looking to hold on because he doesn't like Shawn Porter being that close to him. Good shot by Shawn Porter. Adrien Broner holding again. Just relentless. You see if Tony Weeks continues to let Adrien Broner just grab a hold of Shawn and hold him like that.
And it eventually cost him when the referee penalized him in round 11.
I think Tony's going to take a point right here.
Maybe the point deduction awoke Broner because 10 seconds into the 12th, he struck with a perfectly timed hook. But the first knockdown of Porter's pro career had no impact on the outcome. Porter won by deserved, unanimous decision. It would take a full year, but Porter's win over Broner led to the biggest fight of his career. A clash with undefeated welterweight titleist Keith Thurman at Barclays Center in June 2016. Thurman-Porter was wonderfully intense, fast-paced, and competitive throughout.
A close encounter of the welterweight kind. Right cross by Thurman.
In the fourth, Thurman almost drove Porter down.
Heavy exchange. Oh, and Porter's knee buckled after that left, and the veteran holds on immediately.
But on this night, momentum was difficult to maintain, and Porter rallied in the 5th and 6th.
That time the right hand got through for Porter, goes to the body. And now trying to absorb the onslaught from Porter. Oh, and Thurman coming back with a couple of left hooks.
In the 8th, he hurt Thurman with a body punch.
Good work to the body that hurt Thurman.
And in the 9th, they traded toe-to-toe.
Bombs away in Brooklyn.
It was that type of back-and-forth fight. In the 12th, the fighters fought furiously, a fitting ending to an instant classic that surpassed what had been very high expectations.
Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter putting it all on the line.
No wonder then that it ended up on everybody's short list for Fight of the Year.
And still.
All three judges scored 115-113 to Thurman, and my unofficial card was the same. Had it been scored a draw, I doubt there would have been a single complaint.
Touch them up now. Good luck to both of you. Tócalos, buenas suertes.
And there's a straight left hand at the highest level, or at a very high level. Infuriated, complained, told him to shut up. Got rougher. Prescott.
A good shot.
Using it right jab.
Come straight ahead as a puncher.
Oh, Prescott. As Prescott.
Crawford has a real heart, I'll tell you that.
Crawford giving as good as reminds me of a. Oh, there you go. Now
Terence Crawford doesn't open up, doesn't throw the hard shots. Terence Crawford is fighting a tremendous fight. 8-1 Crawford.
Prescott gave it,
and he needs a knockout to win. Because somebody figured out
something. Great as Prescott.
Touch him up. Come out of the belt.
From odd angles and at moments when you don't expect it. Through Cameron Duncan, that brought him to the opportunity to throw it.
So that he'll fight him. You can't fight him a little bit. Good hook.
Curious about the matchup. Going in, looking sensational again.
Good left hook by Klimov, and Crawford,
accustomed to doing it, he can't muster the right kind of effort.
His personality doesn't say that. In the fight of me yesterday, seemed like everything we said, all he said was so.
Right.
Oh, that body shot hurt though. Oh.
They're having a clean match. Good luck and God bless you.
He's looking for range finder.
He's just done that with that right hand. That was clever. A good stuff from Crawford there.
And getting through, and Burns is backed up for the first time in the fight, and then Burns shaken up and getting punched around the ropes here. A nice fake with the eyes there. That was really clever, that from Crawford, and he's got him in trouble here.
Punched as if to turn his hands up his back to the ropes. Listen, fight
to the body. Burns covering up, but it isn't. It's going to take an awful lot to put Ricky Burns out of this one. That's never happened before, but Crawford is going for it. Burns catches him with a left, but still digging in again, and then immediately Crawford comes. Once again, Burns being
this one. He's been hesitant, he's been uncomfortable, he's had successes here and there.
All time. Good luck to you.
Boy, I really hope I'm there to see that.
Crawford really making good adjustments in this round. It's going to make this fight really interesting. Crawford.
Tremendous right hand shot as Gamboa was coming in. Goes Gamboa one more time. Another tremendous counter shot by Terence Crawford. Gamboa, third knockdown for Crawford. Tremendous left hand shot by Terence Crawford.
Front shots, bringing them up from the floor, and Gamboa coming forward. Like this, to beat a guy like Crawford.
Yeah, I have no respect for your power. And don't think Beltran can't do that. This Crawford is not going to
Crawford's third win of the year if he can collect it, and all have been significant.
Becomes invisible to you because your eye becomes so accustomed to seeing it.
It ain't over until it's over.
Such a fighter.
Yeah, he won't let you take the play away from him.
Never. Hammering Beltran in the corner. And for the second round in a row, Crawford brings the crowd out of their seats.
And something to get excited about and remember.
Taking risks. Taking one more try for a big shot. And the closing bell as Crawford raises his gloves in celebration.
Still undefeated, still the WBO lightweight champion of the world, Terence